I am like 99% sure that I know what Snake's ability will be when he comes to Siege. And so, Metal Gear Solid 4, there is this thing, it's called the Mark II, and it's like this two-legged drone that goes around, and Otacon made it, and he controls it, right? And then it like goes and, sees stuff. That is what it's going to be. And it can go invisible. That's my prediction for his ability. I have other stuff to say, but that's the main thing. So the Mark II, that's basically it. Snake's going to have it on his back. He's only going to have one because it's going to be so good, and it's also so big. It's just more realistic. If he only has one, it's going to be on his back, just like Thatcher, and then he puts it down and, sends it out, and it's an invisible drone. I feel like, I don't know how exactly they're going to do it, like if it's just going to always be invisible, or if it's going to be like Kyvera's ability where it runs out. It might even be chargeable or like controllable. I mean, by dead operators and dead players. That would be kind of cool, but I don't think it's going to happen. It would kind of make sense, but I don't think that's going to happen. But I'm saying that there's a chance. That is it. I think it should still be visible on things like cameras, and Maestro will be a really good counter for it because it'll be so easy to shoot. And it still shows up on cameras. It's just invisible to like normal players, or like reverse Vigil. So my other predictions for Snake: he is gonna have the F2, the gun. I think most people would call it the. I can't even remember how it's pronounced. It's like famous, or no, people. That's how it's actually pronounced. People call it the FAMAS, right? It's what Snake has in the original Metal Gear Solid 1. In Metal Gear Solid 2, the main gun he has through like the whole game is the exact same thing as Maverick's M4. Stryker also has it. That gun doesn't matter. But if Snake has the F2, that would be... Okay, my phone is so bad. Never buy Android. Anyways, if he doesn't have the F2, just stop playing Siege. Like, Siege is just gonna be dead within 2 years. That is my prediction. Snake, 90% chance he'll have the F2. And if he doesn't, Snake is dead within 2 years. I mean, no. Siege is. Like, people are just gonna stop playing. Right? Because the F2 is the famous, which is straight out of Metal Gear Solid. If they cannot, like, line up that reference, like, it's just a sign. Because you know what's gonna happen? Like, yeah, Snake is, it's a good sign because it's a gateway that other operators and other, like, series' characters can come in. But, like, you don't just want them to do that. You want them to put thought into it, right? Because Siege is going to become the next COD, right? And COD is already becoming the next Fortnite. It's all in a line. Everything is just going closer and closer to Fortnite. More collabs and more, it's just everything lazy. I can forgive Siege if they don't give him the M4. Because, I didn't even know that was a gun he had. But if he does not have the F2, Siege is dead within 2 years. And it's going to turn into Fortnite. It's going to be like COD, where you have... I saw this one video where Rosa Parks was in COD, and I don't know if that's real. But the problem with that is that I don't know if that's real, because that is fully believable, like, even if that is fake. But Beavis and Butthead, they're in COD, and it's like, it's gonna be Fortnite. Like, the thing is, you gotta realize, yeah, you get more younger players to play your game if you go and make it, like, more bad. But then, like, anybody else is not going to want to do that. And the thing is, you're, first of all, just transitioning from, like, you're not getting more people by changing your game. You're just changing the people that are going to play. Like, just because like, theoretically, there's the same amount of people who are going to play every shooter. Kind of. That's not exact, but that is, like, basically the way it works. You don't want to move to where you're competing with Fortnite and COD now. You want to stay in your own niche, right? It's all about finding... Okay, I had to restart the recording again. Or not fully restart, but, like, don't buy an Android. You want to find your own niche, right? And if Siege loses that... Like, I used to play Fortnite. And now I just cannot really stand it. It's so boring, so repetitive, and, like, it's just zero thought behind playing it. It's just shoot people you see and like build sometimes. And building is not that good of a it's not a shooter mechanic. Like I can see thinking, oh, it's fun to build, you know. But you know, when if I'm going to play a shooter, I'm going to play a shooter, and I don't want to build. Like that's just not like it's fine on its own. It's just not a shooter mechanic, right? COD is the same thing where it's like they just like what's going on? Like there's a reason me and you know people like me we play Siege and not this other stuff. Okay, so yeah, Siege is dead within 2 years if they don't give him the famous. Um, I also heard predictions is kind of popular that he's just going to be like Kyvera with interrogations on attack. I feel like that would just be really overpowered, possibly. But the thing is, the SOCOM, because I think that it's confirmed that he's going to have the SOCOM from Metal Gear Solid 1 as a secondary. That would work. Except, no, it would not. Yeah, Snake, okay, I can guarantee you guys, Snake is not going to be Kyvera on attack. Because the thing is, if they were going to do that, they would make it a reference to do that, and they would make it, you know, they would give him the tranquilizer darts, which are really popular and really important in Metal Gear Solid. They would just, like, line that up. That's the simplest connection. There is zero reason for them not to do that if they were going to make him work like Kyvera. And because they're not doing that, that means that he doesn't work like Kyvera. If that makes sense. This video is different from what I'm usually doing, right? Like, right now I'm just talking and talking. I don't plan to edit this, like, at all. Except I gotta put the parts of the videos together, because Android keeps on telling me, you don't have enough space to record. And then I can just click the record button again, and now it says there's 3 more minutes on it. Okay, I wrote some stuff down, too. I'll just say, like, what they gotta do is realize attack and defense, they're not going to be equal, and defense is going to be better. They should re-add the ACOGs. And also, Glaz should get multiple guns, and you can just choose which scope the gun on. They would do that if he was added today, 100%. It would just be like Buck, or there's some other operator with an underbarrel gun, I think. It would be like Buck, though, where it's like you choose which gun he has an attachment on. It would be just like that, and Glaz would have at least one full auto gun. Other predictions for this are he's going to have like one of those, he's going to have like a grenade. This is according to a leaker, I think. He's going to, which I don't even believe this. I think my prediction is better. He's going to have a grenade, you throw it on the ground, and it makes like walking noises or reload noises. I don't think that's going to happen. I think if they were going to do that, they would do, actually, you know what? If that does happen, Siege is dead within 2 years. Because they could do that to anyone. So at that point, they're only adding Snake, not for, like, anything interesting. They're just doing it for the money and for, which, I mean, obviously they are. But not for the, just for a shortcut to the money. Like, they're not putting in the effort for the money. It's just a bad sign for Siege. Another one would be Octo Camo, which is also from Metal Gear Solid 4. And that's where Snake just, like, blends in and goes invisible. Now, I think that would make sense for Snake. But the thing is, oh, also Snake, his elite is going to be Old Snake or Liquid, but I'm like 99% sure it'll be Old Snake. So the elite skin, right? I got distracted. What was I even talking about? Oh, Octo Camo. That's where he kind of goes invisible, but at the same time, it's really just, yeah, it's just camouflage, but it like directly blends in, like an octopus's arm. It just changes color. I don't think that's gonna be it, because the thing is, that would make sense for Snake, and it would kind of work in Siege, but I don't think it would work in Siege actually, like, at all, without either just being way too bad or way too good. You know, kind of like Jackal, I think. Jackal is really hard for them to balance, because it's hard to just, he's not, like, it's hard to make operators, like, when you, Android is bad, but it's hard to, like, make them balanced, but not overpowered. Like, it's one of those abilities where, like, it doesn't have use all the time, but when it does, it's, like, way too good. I don't know how it would work. I'm guessing it would just turn him invisible in place. But even that, it's, like, just, unless what they, no, yeah, I don't think that they could do that at all without it just being either overpowered or just useless. It's going to be either overpowered or useless no matter what, I think. So I don't think they're going to do that. I still think it's my prediction, which is the Mark II drone, which, by the way, I want to point out also, if you didn't ever look up a picture or if I didn't put one on screen, it's not going to fit in drone holes, and that's going to be part of what balances it. And that's going to be kind of cool. And it's probably going to be really loud. And probably, yeah. But either way, that's my prediction for Snake in Metal Gear, no, in Siege. This video is basically experimental, kind of, but like, yeah, like and subscribe, I think. Wait, yeah. Okay, that was really, okay. I can't stop saying okay, because I'm trying to like think, but at the same time end the video. So, but yeah. Okay, I am like 99% sure that I know Snake's ability and what it's is gonna be. Bro, just gotta restart. That intro was so bad.